And what up, you guys? Welcome back to Furrow Publications YouTube channel. It's me, Rich. Daily uploads to open up my own shop. And as always, we got orders going out. I definitely need to take the time to print more zines because I want to say that these last few zine grab bags that were just sold, like I'm low on a lot of the zines that I want to carry. Definitely need to finish that Galactus fanzine and finish up the working class comics as well. But following up with yesterday's video, I definitely want to talk about this because I saw this pop up in my feed as well. And this is kind of like the sentiment that I've always had, right? And it says, Jimmy Kimmel Live can still air elsewhere, including ABC's digital platforms like TV streaming services and over-the-air broadcasts in markets not owned by Sinclair. Sinclair owns approximately 30 ABC affiliate stations across the US where Jimmy Kimmel Live will be replaced or not shown as scheduled. Again, if they own the distribution to your words, you can say whatever you want. And that's always been the case, right? Of this idea that they're holding the microphone, they're holding a bigger amplifier, so they're amplifying their message, whereas we don't own that big microphone or amplifier, and so we could say what we'd like, but we're not able to bombard the world with our mentality or our ideas or like really push our agenda on people. And that's why building our own like media distribution system and ways for us to communicate with each other and for us to amplify our thoughts, our emotions, right, for us to tell our own story, like that's why we have to build those things. And I know I'm not the only one, because like I said, I've been seeing a lot of other people that have contacted me, reached out to me and said, hey man, I'm on that same journey with you, because I also understand that like they're gonna start silencing different perspectives, and so we need to have a way of still disseminating that information, those ideas, those thoughts, those perceptions, right? Because again, if you don't hold them accountable, then people start to assume that that's normal. They start to normalize it, right? I'm not gonna normalize what they're attempting to normalize here currently in the United States. Like, this stuff is not normal. This stuff is not sane, and this is not the kind of stuff that I want to see in the world. So guess what? I'm gonna build against it, and I'm also gonna speak out against it. But again, as with the example of Jimmy Kimmel, you know, you can say what you like, but you always gotta remember that the words you speak wield power, and the way you wield that power will incur consequences, whether favorable or not favorable. Right, but Jimmy Kimmel needs to get that bag. Jimmy Kimmel needs to build his own audience. Going back to the same thing I said with the young lady who wrote the Red Hood comic that got canceled, right? Like, publish your book now. Make your comic outside of the mainstream, right? If people are watching you so intently right now, like, use it to build outside of their system. Like, that's what should be happening. I know that Jimmy Kimmel, for some reason, came into my feed, and so now I'm following him because it looks like I don't know if he's podcasting or what he's going to try to do, but it was something of that sort that he was still going to be uploading and speaking regularly. And so I followed him, right, out of good faith in the idea of like that's kind of how we have to be. We're going to have to build our own institutions of media distribution and build our own means of production to produce and create our own stuff. And that way we're not going to be limited or curtailed by anyone's political agenda. And that's what I just want to communicate today, you guys. And with that being said, we'll go ahead and ship these orders out and make some more envelopes, because I don't doubt that I'll get more orders by tomorrow. As always, you guys, thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, subscribe. And guess what? I do this shit daily, so I'll be back tomorrow. Lates.